Some habits don't shout. They whisper. They quietly shape the way you think, act, and even feel, without asking for permission. You wake up, and your hand reaches for the phone before your eyes are fully open. You don't decide to do it. It just happens. That's the power of habits. They slip beneath awareness and start steering your life. The strange part is, these habits don't feel dangerous. They feel normal. Checking messages. Snacking when stressed. Delaying tasks until the last minute. Each one feels small. But together, they create invisible patterns that control more than you realize. Here's the conflict. You tell yourself, I'm in control. You believe you're making choices. But often, the choice was made long before you noticed. The habit already decided. And you're simply following the script. Think about it. You plan to read before bed. But the habit of scrolling wins. You plan to save money. But the habit of impulse buying whispers, just this once. You plan to stay calm. But the habit of reacting quickly takes over. And then comes the self-justification. It's not a big deal. I'll do better tomorrow. Everyone does this. These are the stories the mind creates to protect the habit. They sound reasonable. They feel comforting. But they keep you stuck. Habits are powerful because they link identity to action. If you write every day, you become a writer. If you exercise regularly, you become someone who values health. But if you procrastinate, if you avoid discomfort, if you escape into distraction, you become someone who quietly accepts less than you want. Notice how subtle it is. Habits don't demand attention. They don't argue. They simply repeat. And repetition builds reality. So what can you do? First, bring awareness to the automatic. Catch yourself reaching for the phone. Notice the snack in your hand before you eat it. Pause when the urge to delay appears. That pause is the doorway to change. Second, replace rather than remove. The brain hates empty space. If you try to stop scrolling, the habit will fight back. But if you replace scrolling with reading, or walking, or journaling, the brain finds a new script to follow. Third, make the habit visible. Write it down. Track it. See the pattern unfold. When you see it clearly, it loses some of its power. And finally, remember this, habits are not enemies. They are tools. They can control you, or they can serve you. The difference lies in awareness. You're not alone in this. Everyone lives with habits that quietly control them. The question is whether you notice, whether you pause, and whether you choose to rewrite the script. Tomorrow, we'll explore consistency, the silent superpower, why steady effort, repeated quietly, becomes the force that shapes everything.